Hello, so good to meet you at our global motivational meeting. We are reading World Scriptures book, discuss words that inspire billions of people, families, communities, countries, and the whole world. And we'll help you to just read these quotes and think about them daily, that God could give you tips for happy and prosperous life. As we're reading this holy book from the beginning, please find all the chapters at our Message to Billion channel. And let's see what God prepared for us today. Freedom starts by becoming master of oneself in accordance with the moral law. First, no man is free who is not master of himself. Another quote, truly, truly I say to you, everyone who commits sin is a slave to sin. Another quote, for freedom Christ has set us free. Stand fast, therefore, and do not submit again to a yoke of slavery. Another quote, for you were called for freedom. Brethren, only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love, be servants of one another. Let's read further quotes from the second coming Messiah, Father, Son, and Moon. God created human beings to exercise freedom as spiritual beings. At the same time, God also required human beings to be responsible for how they use their freedom. This is because freedom requires self-discipline and self-control. Freedom exists within the law, not apart from the law. There are physical and spiritual laws at work in the universe. They are the ultimate limit to freedom. For example, you are free to jump off the top of the new on tiny hotel. That is your freedom, but your free act will bring your own destruction because you are going against the law of nature. You are free to go into the ocean and breathe water instead of air, but the laws of nature work at that moment too. Your lungs cannot bear it and you will die. Spiritually laws, however, are not so obvious, yet they are as absolute as the laws of nature. To recognize spiritual laws, we must recognize that humans are spiritual beings created by God. God, being the creator, alone predetermined the purpose of creation and set up its spiritual laws. All we value being with God. He determined the purpose of human life and how people are to achieve that purpose. That is the foundation of absolute value. From this absolute foundation emerge moral principles, which comprise spiritual law. Human beings created as spiritual beings are bound by this spiritual law. The fundamental purpose of human life is what the Creator purposed us to be, and we exist on this earth to achieve this purpose. Therefore, our spiritual happiness is realized when we accomplish our responsibility in accordance with God's moral law. Should we violate this law, it will result in self-destruction, just as surely as if we were to disregard the laws of nature. The freedom that God grants us in premised on responsibility. If everyone insisted on the freedom to love as they wished without taking responsibility of their actions, how great would be the resulting chaos and destruction. Human perfection, the attainment of the sublime ideal of love, is only possible when we take responsibility for love. You begin to truly experience freedom when you are completely pervaded by love. Your body wants to act freely, but it is impossible unless it embodies true love. The American concept of freedom is so wrong. Historically, the most difficult person to deal with is your own self. This is why you must be merciless to yourself. Do you understand? Unless you became such a person, you cannot be free. Americans have made a mockery of freedom with their pursuit of trashy love. Isn't that so? Americans have no right to speak of freedom. How can they justify the freedom to party and seek pleasure everywhere while their children are weeping, their husband and wife are suffering, and their families are breaking down. Rather than pursuing vain freedom, we should seek for true love. When we find true love, we will find true freedom as well. Freedom that departs from the principle is not true freedom. Freedom that avoids responsibility is not true freedom. Freedom that produces no results is not true freedom. Thus, any act of freedom must be within the principle. It must carry responsibility and produce results. A person who seeks their freedom without these conditions is naturally far removed from the heavenly way. So powerful quotes for today. If you have difficulties, please watch one more time this video, share this video as we end this video on Happy Life Subscribers Marathon. Contact me for consultation, cooperation, and become a member of this Heavenly Parents Holy Community globally. Receive Heavenly Kingdom citizenship right now. The contact is below. And see you tomorrow with more powerful quotes. Till then, turn on suggestion playlist, choose the best one for you, and listen God's word. Stay blessed all the day. Bye-bye. Yours, Nicolae.